And now a quick word from our sponsors here at Viral Hip Hop News. Man here from Viral Hip Hop News, letting my people know to go grab this bottle of miracle food right now. ShopADoctor.org put together some of the best ingredients on God's green earth to help your immune system, give you a cleanse and reboot that your body deserves. Don't wait for your miracle. Grab it in miracle food right now. Let's go.
Not only for the culture, but also in terms of Black folks in the industry as well.
Yes,
the
sir.
show was a de facto internship program where we had many, many different people from many disciplines, including a lot of Black college students coming in to essentially intern and learn about the business of television, etc. So yeah, I mean, you know, people sleep on, even though he gets a lot of credit for his impact on the culture, I think people sleep on a lot of the heaviness of it. And one thing he used to say is, you know, they get the heaviness later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, if you said if you're trying to get credit all the time, you ain't gonna do the work. So you just got to do the work. You know.
Absolutely. Transitioning out of characters and out of Hollywood into real life, real quick. Obviously, we've seen what happened to Mr. Bill Cosby and everything that surrounded it. Him going to jail, the accusations, him coming out of jail. The accusations continue. A lot of people say his career is destroyed. Being a Black man in Hollywood, as you said, you started the conversation being Black in America. Mm-hmm. Talk about being a Black man in Hollywood. Talk about Mr. Cosby's situation as it compares to other, what it seems to be a lot of Black male actors or athletes are therefore in Hollywood when they assume certain levels of power. It seems as though, am I too far in saying that? Is it too much of a conspiracy, or is there actual some credence to that statement, in your opinion?
Yeah, I don't think it's a conspiracy at all. Truth to it, I think that success, irrespective of color, breeds a certain measure of treachery. And certainly if you add Black man on top of it, you add double jeopardy out this motherfucker. You know what I mean? So you just gotta like keep your eyes open, and you gotta sleep with one eye like because these people crazy, man. They try to get you. They try, like, it's not a conspiracy. They trying to get you. Like, you know, that's it. Like, and so it's very, very, the thing about it is that people of Mr. Cosby's generation entered into the industry to achieve a certain measure of success as adults. Now, let's say they were young adults, but they were still adults. Previous to that, successive generations were younger and younger. The industry started eating its young, you know, obviously growing from hip hop and other. So now these are people without education, without particular things in place to be able to defend themselves in ways that one needs to defend themselves when you're surrounded by people who have a certain level of expertise, who have various levels of control over the system, etc. So when a person has fresh eyes, they're not really trained to pierce the veil of industries. People, you know, just the fact that you even call it a conspiracy, that it could possibly be perceived as a conspiracy is a whole nother trick. You know, it's almost like, don't trust your lying eyes. They fucking niggas up. it's like, of course they fucking niggas up. Like, you know, on a regular basis, you know. And people, and a lot of it is niggas fucking themselves up, like tripping on landmines and shit, like that. You know, first OJ and Cosby and Kobe, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you know, what is the common denominator? They stepped on a landmine, and the landmine was like, oh my God, you know. So we gotta watch out. We gotta watch out.
So what was your experience with Bill Cosby? We interviewed Raven-Symoné and a few other people that was around the show as well. What would you say your experience was with Mr. Cosby on and off the set? Positive, negative, and do you think that these allegations, there's any truth to any allegations that came out about him?
My experience, I would say, was a net positive, meaning that it wasn't all the way positive or all the way negative, but at the end of the day, it all turned out to be positive. And I'm saying that the negative aspects of it have to do with just business.
Okay.
And I wouldn't attribute those things to his personality, his predilections, his sexual preferences, or what have you. I don't know nothing about that. When I met him, I was 26 years old. He was 62 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So ask me, does a 26-year-old give a shit about a 62-year-old's love life?
Facts.
You know? And so it is what it is. I couldn't have been far away. I could have been in Thailand when it comes to his sex life. I was so far away from anything like that. My whole thing was about trying to hit my marks, show up on time, know my lines, have discipline, be a professional, listen carefully. Otherwise, he was going to chop me, because that's what people do when they're at the top of the.
Right. Real talk.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So I tell you what I tell everybody. I love him with all my heart, and he's cool with me.
Dope. Appreciate that, appreciate that. Take it back a couple.
Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip bars is back. Hip hop, SamAnt O'God. What's up with you? I done watched them niggas do interview after interview. They not culture vultures, the culture something they been into. So if you never gave them a view, I recommend you do. Cause when they question guests, they message is not subliminal. It don't matter if you a rookie.